Ah, that was a fine colloquium.
Who would have thought Deepak Chopra was right all along?
I was awake the entire time.
Best talk I've heard since grad school.
Ah, grad school. Who would have thought 20 years ago we'd be professors sitting here enjoying Monterey Jack cheese cubes and the finest of colloquium merlots.
In those days, we'd be glad to have a cup of coffee.
Cup of decaf coffee.
Without cream or sugar.
Or coffee.
And a filthy, cracked cup.
We never even used to have a cup. We used to have to drink out of a rolled up copy of the Maroon.
Best we could manage was to drink straight out of the espresso machine.
We were happier in those days, although we were poor graduate students.
Because we were poor, my advisor used to tell me, money doesn't buy you happiness.
And he was right. I was happier in those days and I had nothing. We used to work in a tiny little lab in the basement.
Basement? I had to work in the sub-basement. It would flood on top of our single optical table every 2 weeks, and all 26 of us had to share the same pair of goggles.
Sub-basement? I had to work in Gary, Indiana.
Oh, I used to dream of working in Gary. Would have been a palace to us. I worked in an old abandoned mine in South Dakota. Had to spelunk through 2 miles of bat guano every morning just to get to work. Lab.
Well, I say it was a lab. It was really just a broom closet in the English department, but it was a lab to us.
We were evicted from our broom closet. Had to go work in the South Pole. There were 160 of us all in one igloo sharing the same voltmeter.
Digital voltmeter?
Aye.
You were lucky. I used to measure voltages by electrocuting my own tongue. Every day in grad school, I'd wake up at 6 in the morning, drink 10 cups of coffee, read every paper on the archive, drill 4,000 holes in a plate of copper, and when I got to group meeting, my advisor beat me over the head with a copy of Jackson. Hardcover.
Luxury. When I used to wake up at 3 a.m. every morning, I'd eat a pound of raw coffee beans, look directly into the laser to see if it was on. Saw every term of a path thinner go by hand, and when I got to group meeting, my advisor would delete my thesis just so I couldn't graduate.
Well, we had it tough. I used to get up every morning at midnight, snort a line of instant coffee, run on a hamster wheel all day just to keep the lab running while solving n-body problems with a slide rule, and when I got to group meeting, my PI would make me present at gunpoint and shoot me in the head when I was done, if I was lucky.
Right. I used to get up in the morning, 10 o'clock at night, half an hour before I went to bed, mainline Red Bull directly into my arm, watch the B movie, count to Graham's number, and just before I graduated, my advisor beat me to death with my own thesis and published it on Vixstrom.
But if you tell the young graduate students of today that, they won't believe you.
Nope, no they won't.